Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're back in the kitchen. I'm going to be prepping 2 weeks worth of food for the little one. So I'm just going to take you through how I basically write down her meal plan, what I'm currently doing, and yeah, let's get into the video. If you do enjoy, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for new videos on Sundays. And yeah, let's start. Before I get started with the cooking, just want to go through my little process of how I make her food. So right now she's eating twice a day. I finished the first month where I was giving her food only once a day. That's when she was just tasting everything, just trying everything out. Now month 2, she's eating twice a day. She's having cereal and something else, but with the veggies and the purees, I am giving her combinations as well as using seasonings or herbs. So for today, she's going to have some cinnamon, some thyme. Last week she had basil, and then I'm also combining your fruits and your vegetables. The whole trick is to try and make sure that she's having some fruits and vegetables every day. For instance, if she's having just a puree where that is with some seasoning, so like the sweet potato and the thyme, then I'll make sure that for dinner she's having oats with banana, so that she's at least getting both. She's getting both fruit and vegetable throughout the day. And then if she's having a combination of carrots and pears, then for dinner she'll just have, some just dry cereal on its own. I am giving her cereal in the evening because we've been sleep training, and I've realized that my mom advised me this, and I realized that when she's full she tends to sleep longer. So I give her cereal at night, and then she tends to sleep through the entire evening. So she has lunch and then she has dinner, so she's about to have lunch very soon. So you'll see that I also differentiated everything. Number 1 is what she's going to eat today, then as well as things that I'm going to put in the fridge. So food in the fridge lasts for about 3 days or 72 hours. So 3 days food can stay in the fridge, then everything else is frozen. So then Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday she has food that's already there for her, ready to go. And then I start thawing food from Thursday. So I'll take the food out the night before and put it in a container and then leave it to thaw overnight. And then the next day at lunchtime she is, we're good. The food is nice and thawed and it's ready to go. So yeah, let me just I've been doing so much talking and not enough cooking, so let's get into it. I'm just going to show you guys what I am using for the next 2 weeks, and then as well as all my storage things. Starting off with the produce, I have this pink lady apple over here, and then pears. Then I have garden peas, some sweet potato, and then this diced carrot from last time, so I just put the date there and I froze it. So I'm just going to use that, but I don't think it's enough, so I do have also these peeled carrots over here that were frozen by mistake. Then we have cut spinach, and as I said, this week she's going to be trying thyme, and then we also have cinnamon. So this is what I'm going to be making for her. I just remembered that we also need green beans. Literally as I'm about to start, I'm just like, there's no green beans. But yeah, that's about everything now. Now we have everything. Good to go. Moving on to my cooking utensils, I just have 2 pots here. That just helps me go a bit faster. Then I have my steamer. And then this is just to store any vegetables that I left over. So whatever's left over, I just keep it in this snack bag. And then I just keep it in the freezer to use next time. Then the blending process, I have my baby bullet here ready to go. Then to use that to puree her food. And then last but not least, this is what I'm going to be using to store the food. Everything that's going in here is also going to the fridge, and she's going to use this in about 3 days. So I do put just purees and then the oats that I'm going to use. And then underneath here I'm going to put purees that I'm going to freeze. The other one still has some oats, which I'll just show you in a second. So this is from the freezer. I actually don't need to make oats now because I kind of have enough. That's why I'm just going to make enough for the week, and then I'm just going to leave this frozen one. So we have some oats still that's been frozen. And yeah, I love these containers. It's so easy to take the frozen food out of this because you literally just run it under water and then it just, like, the fruit just pops out. So definitely love this. Now the carrots have been going for a bit, the carrots and pears. Just gonna wait for it to be soft. So when you pierce it with a fork, it must be very, very soft, and then it will be ready. Now I'm just gonna put the pot on for the apple and spinach. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a bit of water. Honestly, I don't measure anything. I don't want to lie to you guys. It's just water and apple. Okay, so I just see how it goes. If it needs a bit more water, if I'm checking and it needs a bit more water, then I'll add a bit more. But yeah, most of the time I just kind of eyeball everything. So this is basically all you need for this much green beans. So this is just about done. So I'm going to take this out, and then I'm going to put the green beans and the thyme in. So I'm just going to leave it here to just cool just a bit. I'm not going to close it, I'm just going to leave it to cool. Then going to rinse this out, rinse the pot as well, and then put the green beans in. Pre-boiled water goes in. Just gonna put that in there. Add the green beans. Try and make sure that they separate, and then lastly, just some thyme. So the apple is pretty much done on the side. Now I'm just going to add the garden peas. Okay, so I'm just going to slice this up into smaller pieces so that it cooks quickly. Lastly is the pear and spinach. I was actually going to make pear and kale, but unfortunately I couldn't find kale today. So since I couldn't find kale, I just, I'm using spinach, because spinach has just pretty much the same benefits as kale. As you see, you can still see the thyme in there, so it doesn't, fall to the bottom or anything. I'm going to rinse this off, rinse off the pot, and then last thing that's going in there is the pear and spinach. For this, I'm just going to put it into one of her containers because I'm out of the blenders. Now that it's done, everything with the water is going to go into this little container here. I added more hot water in here, and then in goes in the sweet potato that we cut earlier. So my sous chef has bailed on me and she's already sleeping. I'm not gonna puree the food now while she's sleeping. I've just closed everything in the little lids. Just gonna show you. So everything's closed. This is that green beans and thyme. This is that carrot and pear, and this is the peas and apple. And then still cooking is the pears in here. I'm gonna add spinach in a bit, and in here we just have sweet potato. So I basically just wanted to share a few things with you guys. Number one is, while this is kind of labor intensive, I mean, I think I usually get done in about 2 hours. So it takes me 2 hours, but I do get enough food for almost 2 weeks. Sometimes I'll buy the jars from Happy Family Organics, maybe to just like supplement one of the days, or you know, I'll just basically just quickly take one of the veggies from the frozen veggies from the freezer, and then just, you know, blend it quickly. It really doesn't take that long. And another thing is, now that I am making a lot more food, I am considering buying a 3-tier steamer or 2-tier. Honestly, I think 2-tier will be fine, just so that I can, you know, just steam everything in bulk and then puree everything one time in one go. But the whole point of starting with combinations and seasoning and all of that is just to make sure that, you know, I can help her develop her taste, you know, and hopefully the end goal is that she's not a fussy eater, and then she's more, you know, willing to try things out. I just like knowing what I'm giving her, and, you know, making sure that everything is done properly. And also, some of the combinations that I'm trying out are not available in the stores, and yeah, it like literally puts me in the driver's seat, so I know exactly what I'm giving her. I know, you know, exactly how it's made, and I can be absolutely sure that I'm giving her the best that I can. Now we're almost done. As soon as all the veggies are done, as soon as she wakes up, I'm just going to puree everything. I think now we're going to go for a walk. I think depends on what the weather's like outside, but we're just going to go for a walk, and then I'll come back, puree everything. She'll probably be up by the time we get back. And then last thing that needs to be done is oats. I'll show you guys how we make our own oats. So yeah, let's go. I just put the spinach in, and honestly you don't even need to leave it in for that long. So as you can see, it's already wilted, and the pears at the bottom. And then I burnt my first batch of sweet potato. So this is the second batch. But while this gets cooking, I'm gonna get started on the... Wow, my daughter's busy screaming. I'm gonna get started on the oats. Okay, so to make the oats, I'm just gonna use this organic rolled oats that I've got at DesRay, and then I'm also going to need the milling blade. So this is it's literally just 2 blades, as you can see. Okay, then we're just going to add some rolled oats. As I said, I don't really measure things still. I have a problem with measuring, honestly. I just eyeball everything. My mom says it's the sign of a true cook. But yeah, just gonna close that up. And then so just a few seconds, and then you have yourself some oat flour. And then I'm just gonna transfer this to this, which is a dry container. Everything else is still going. I'm gonna move on to blending everything there. Just going to wash this thing out and get started with the pureeing of all the veggies that we made. Okay, so that's it from us for today. If you have any questions, then please let me know in the comment section below. If you would like to subscribe, you can do it over there, and you can check out our last video over there. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys in the next one.